Good morning and welcome to week 2. I hope you enjoyed the first week of developmental psychology. I certainly did. Um, Let me just give you a little background. Every week, I like to post in the announcements a little review of the last week, and also, consequently, I don't know, is that a consequence? One of the things I like to do is just shout out a couple of people who I just believe their work is exemplary. And that doesn't mean that all of you didn't do exemplary work. What it means is over the course of this summer, this semester, I will be calling out everybody, but each week I just want to point out some things that I thought were just well said in your assignments. Mostly I'll be talking about the discussion boards, though. Discussion boards, I think I like the discussion boards more than anything else. This gives us an opportunity to look at the material that we've read about, tested about, and done assignments about, and then just make it personal or think about how that kind of stuff affects us in our lives. And this last week, it's the first week's discussion board had to do with genetics and appropriating genetics into our personal lives. What would we do if we were given the opportunity to study or to understand the genetics or the genes of our children? What are the ethical issues that come with that? Um, I just think a couple of you really seem to think about some really good issues with that. I don't think everything is all that clear. Um, I think that probably that Yunsel, I don't know how to say your name. I think that's how you say your name. Is You pointed out discussed about the balance of science and ethics, and I think that's something we always have to be concerned about when our technology, whether it's science or medical technology or even anything in science, it just keeps moving ahead. We're always learning, we're always coming up with new theories and ideas and trying to prove facts and all. But what we need to find is that ethics moves right along with that and connects with that. So thank you for pointing that out. Colleen, your discussion, particularly, you mentioned a lot, you thought of a lot of the dangers of this particular aspect of scientific process. I think that's good. Kyra, I really liked how you brought in that depth of the humanity. Um, we can probably, in our science, solve a lot of problems, but we have to remember that we're not just talking in this class in developmental psychology about human beings as if they're cardboard cutouts that we want to understand the wall and we want to get all the facts, all that. We have to understand that each of us as a human being is part of developmental psychology, but developmental psychology wants to explore all those dimensions of humanity. So remember that. Maggie, I liked what you had to say, that personal impact. You're going to understand this genetic stuff is good. It's good to understand, but the most important thing is, how does it affect us? What does it mean to me to understand genetics? I just want to mention, I'm usually call out 4 different people. If you didn't get your name called out, that's okay. Next week maybe you will, or I'll get through a lot of you. The most important thing is just keep up the good work. Remember, you answer the question, try to have a lot of detail in there, a couple of paragraphs, think of all the parts of the question, and then also remember that your uh, responsibility there is also to read other people's work and respond to it. So very, very good first week. I want to also mention it was very good that I think only just a few people didn't turn in anything. So if you did turn in anything, remember, get that, or I mean, if you didn't, get your work in, even if it's late. There's grace to the gracious. There is always grace. Life is like that. So I want you to get your work in and have a great week and take care of yourselves.